الطلبة الأعزاء، السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته، وأهلا وسهلا ومرحبا بكم في محاضرة جديدة في كورس مقدمة في الأدب. بعد دراسة مسرحية سندريلا ستكون محاضرتنا لهذا اليوم تحليل المسرحية طبقا إلى عناصر المسرحية التي تم دراستها سابقا. فأهلا وسهلا. Welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, today we will discuss the analysis of the play Cinderella after we have studied the text last lecture. So today we will try to analyze the play according to the elements of drama that we have studied before. So let's start. So the first thing that we have studied to start with analysis is the plot. So let us discuss the plot of the play Cinderella. And as we have studied before, that the plot consists of 5 parts: the introduction, the rising action, the climax, the falling action, and the announcement or the conclusion. So let us start with the introduction of the plot. So the introduction of the plot starts with the beginning or the start of the story in the drama and the play, that once upon a time there lived an unhappy young girl. Unhappy she was, for the mother was dead, her father had met another woman, widow with 2 daughters, and her stepmother didn't like her one little bit. So this is the beginning. That up to now we have the introduction of the drama. Then the rising action. The rising action starts here in the time that her stepmother and stepsisters that treated her badly, always treated her harshly, like she was a slave, that she has to do everything for them. And then her stepmother and stepsister didn't allow her to go to the dance party in the palace. And then the fairy godmother and her animal friend helped her to go to attend the party. So here we have what? We have the rising action. And then the climax. The climax happened after dancing with the prince. She had to leave the ballroom in a hurry, that caused one her slipper was left. The prince couldn't catch her. Here we have the climax. The falling action happened when the butler, the servants or the assistants of the prince, based on the prince's order, found Cinderella and her foot fitted on the stick. So after just the prince just giving order that you have to find that lady. Resolution: after finding Cinderella as the girl, after finding Cinderella as the girl, he fell in love with her. They got married and lived happily ever after. So here we have what? We have the 5 parts of the plot. So let us discuss something else which is related mainly to the plot, which is the conflict. Let us see, or let us discuss, what are the conflicts that we have here in the play Cinderella. So the conflicts that happen in this story, the story of the play, are: we have 2 types of conflicts. The first one is external conflict, and the external conflict represented when Cinderella with her mother. So here we have character with character, which is external conflict. because when she asked to go to the party, her stepmother would decline her wish and said, "You, my dear girl, you are staying at home to wash the dishes, scrub the floors, and turn down the beds for your stepsister. They will come home tired and very sleepy." And also, she has another excuse that Cinderella didn't have a suitable dress for the party because she's lazy as she played. The second conflict, it is internal conflict, internal inside that Cinderella is herself because she thought she was not fit and to go to the palace. She was ugly, but with the help of the fairy, she did it. So here we have these two main conflicts. The first one is external, and the second one is the internal setting. So here we have the time. So the time is in the same place, and then after 1 month from the uh, coming of the stepmother and stepsisters place, we have the Cinderella's house and the prince's palace. Here we have these two places according to the scenes. Social condition: Cinderella's middle class family and the prince family. And weather condition: we have normal calm weather. There is no indication about any bad weather in the play. Characterization: characters. The main character. Let us discuss the main characters of the drama uh, of the play Cinderella. The first one is Cinderella. Cinderella's character is a beautiful girl with kindness, politeness, gentleness, patience, and grace, because despite the rude treatment she gets around her house, Cinderella says calm to people who do not deserve to be treated with such respect. Cinderella spends a lot of time doing all these chores, and she shows a great degree of obedience, acting directly as her stepmother ordered. Here we have the sketch, the character sketch of the main character, which is Cinderella. The second main character, this is Aunt Cinderella, is protagonist, the protagonist. And the second main character, who is the antagonist, that's her stepmother. So let us discuss the character sketch of the stepmother. Her stepmother and stepsisters are very demanding, unkind, cruel, and harsh. Unfortunately for Cinderella, her stepsisters are the jewels in their mother's eye, while Cinderella is just taking up space in the background. Cinderella has been forbidden from many activities for so long that she may no longer even attempt to escape her prison, her prison-like home, filled with housework. So all the time they are ordering her to do washing the dishes, washing clothes, everything, and they have nothing to do, just giving orders. Other characters, the prince. So the prince is persistent and positive. From the text, we know that when Cinderella was saying that they both will never meet again and she has to leave, but the prince still was certain that they will meet. In addition, the prince, who was madly in love, wanted to prove his love to Cinderella by putting on an effort to find her. Another uh, character is the butler, the 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 assistant, or the chief or uh, the servant, the major servant of the prince. So the butler is an obedient and faithful person to the prince, is shown in the text where he was told by the prince to find the girl whose foot those slipper feet all over the village in which Cinderella living in. And we have also the fairy, but the fairy is just a supporting character. Themes. What are the main themes of Cinderella? What are the main themes? The first and the main theme in the play Cinderella that kindness will defeat wickedness. Kindness will defeat wickedness. So, kindness and patience Cinderella own will defeat evil soul of her stepmother, stepsisters. Then this is the main theme, and uh, and here you see the main theme: الجمال أو الوداعة واللطف سيهزم السوء والأشياء الغير مرغوب بها أو شيء جيد. The second theme, envy and jealousy, الحسد والغيرة. Her stepmother always feel envy for Cinderella. That is shown in the third paragraph, and even there, and also especially shown in the third scene. They expressed all the evilness against him. That no matter how splendid and elegant her stepsisters are, they were still clumsy, lumpy, and ugly, and always would be. So that why Cinderella was given her second um, dressed by her mother to make Cinderella's look ugly. So they have done it deliberately. The tone, the tone in the play, the writer's tone of the story is better. That he is talking in a better way for the harsh situation Cinderella living in, proved by the author's choice of words and details shown in the beginning of the story, in which the writer describes Cinderella as this poor, unhappy young girl lived in a house where she always gets harsh treatment from her stepmother and stepsister. But the story ends happily. This is the analysis of uh, the play Cinderella. I hope the analysis will be useful for you. Thank you very much indeed for listening, and see you next time.